Okay, so a lot of you, okay, like I have a goal. My goal is to teach you employability skills in this core curriculum book. That's my goal. Your goal at NIT is what? What is your goal? Your objective. What is it? We did that in the resume.
To be an engineer.
To be an engineer. To be a good trainee in what? Supervisor in what? Electrical engineering. So it's very important. Okay, remember one thing, guys. When you get into a job, when you work in a company, and when you are on a project, they will give you a goal. They will give you a goal, an objective to complete. Okay? Like you want to achieve something. You have an objective when you are coming to NIT. Why did not you go to somewhere else? Why did you just come here? Not at NIT. Why did you come here? Not, some other university. Because you have a goal in mind, right? What is the goal? That you wanted to be an electrical engineer. You think NIT can give you the best education and that. So you have to have a goal. Without a goal, most of the time you will not be able to succeed. Impossible. Impossible. That's the number one thing. When you join a company, they will give you a goal. Okay? Okay? This is part of your teamwork also. Your team will have the same goal. Okay? But your goal will be like, you do part of this, you do part of this, you do. You can break the goal down into 4 parts. He will do part A, you will do part B, you will do part C, and you will do part D. Now, if Thamer is absent all the time and late, A, B, C gets done. What about D? Is the project complete?
No.
Is the goal achieved?
No.
No. Okay? You need everything. You need A, B, C, and D. Okay? Easy? So, this is team skills and collaboration. Let's talk about leadership skills. Let's talk about leadership skills. It's on 8.2. Leadership skills. Okay. As you gain experience and earn credentials, you will assume positions of greater responsibility in construction industry. You will earn these positions through your hard work and dedication. Obviously, if you want to become a leader, or if you want to become a supervisor or a manager, you just become a supervisor?
No.
No. What do you have to do? You have to work. You have to gain experience for a certain amount of time, and then you can apply for a position as a supervisor, a manager, a leader, whatever. Because now you have experience. Okay? Cool? Okay, to progress steadily your career, you will need to develop leadership skills. Okay, what are the leadership skills? Go ahead. What are the leadership skills? They give you some of them. If you look, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Look under leadership skills. There are 6 of them. The first one is they have to lead by example. If I come late every day, can I lead? Is this leading by example?
No.
Is that a leadership skill?
No. In a bad way.
It's in a bad way. I mean, I'm doing everything that a leader should not do. Okay? Another good example is they have a high level of drive and determination. Okay? High level of drive and determination. Meaning no matter what, you want to make sure that your project will succeed. And you will do anything and everything who is on that team to make sure that they are doing their job correctly. And that means also, going back to what we have learned, your team has to be on time, cannot be late. They have to collaborate, do teamwork, less conflict. You see how all of this is coming together? All of this will only happen when you have a good leadership. When you will have a good leadership. Okay? When your leadership can control all of these things, you will have a successful project. Meaning, your team will achieve that goal. Easy? So far, understand? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So let's look at another point of view. They are effective communicators. They are effective communicators. Okay. Does that mean? That means that whatever I am saying, that my team will understand and they will accomplish. If I am your leader or supervisor, I'm trying to make you understand this subject, right? Okay? That means I have to be an effective communicator. If I am not an effective communicator, what will happen? Some of you will sleep. Some of you will leave. Right? It will happen. Alright? But that's the whole thing. The leader has to be a effective communicator. And he has to be serious about the goal, the objective. Okay? My goal, my objective is the same as yours, is to make you successful in being an electrical engineer, in HVAC, in instrumentation, in whatever the case may be. That's my goal. Isn't that your same goal? Yes. We both have the same goal. But the leadership and the trainers or employees or whatever, they both have to have the same goal. Okay? That means they have to work together. They have to collaborate. They have to, whenever there's a conflict, we work things out. Okay? Resolve issues. Alright? Lateness, this, that. All the things that we have already talked about. Okay? They are self-confidence. What is self-confidence?
Self-confidence. Be careful.
When you are positive, when you know what you're talking about. When you know what you are talking about. When I come into the class and I want to teach you something like, maybe you can do this. Maybe you can do this. Is this confidence in teaching?
No.
When I am teaching you this, a leader should have this. When I'm talking to you like this, because I know this, I can confidently tell you, when you use it, you will also be successful. Right? But if I tell you, maybe like this, or maybe like that, is this confidence?
No.
No, this is not confidence. Okay? Alright. So, any questions with so far any of this?
Thank you.
With the leadership skills? Okay? So, another aspect of working is working place. You might have some problems. Let's go to 6.0.0. 6.0.0. Okay? You're looking at workplace issues. Workplace issues. A lot of, what do you mean by issues? What do they mean by issues? We understand workplace, right? Problems. Problems, right? What kind of problems can come up at work?
Very much. Doing things the wrong way.
Again, go ahead, Faisal. Doing things the wrong way. What else?
Ego. Or ego.
What do you mean by that? Go ahead. What are you saying? Maybe I'm not understanding you. Go ahead.
The workplace might not be perfect.
Okay, the environment. The environment is like, what else? What else can be a problem?
You're not doing the order.
Not doing things in order. Okay, not doing things in order. Okay, so these are some workplace issues you will come into. Okay, then some people who are experienced will give you constructive criticism. They will give you advice. They will give you advice. And you will also give advice on how to fix the issue, how to fix the workplace issue. If you're new, doesn't matter. But you can also give constructive criticism. Something you took in training classes that you know will work in the workplace also. Right? Make sense? So, what are we talking about? Workplace issues. We can use advice, constructive criticism, things like this to make things work. So your issues will be solved at work. Make sense so far? Huh? Okay. Now they give you some examples. A typical construction project will involve men and women from all walks of life. Men, from Indonesia, India, anywhere from the world. Okay? Of many ethnic and racial backgrounds and from many different countries. Many workers speak more than one language and many different income brackets. Meaning, some people make 100,000 riyals, some people make 20,000 riyals. Everybody makes different money, different level. Okay? Alright? Now, construction workers face a wide range, big range of mental and physical demands every day on the job. These demands can sometimes feel overwhelming, and people may seek escape through illegal drugs or alcohol abuse. Okay? In Mecca, you see at the Bin Laden work site, you will see a lot of labor workers. They work a lot, very heavy. Okay? But at the same time, you will see, no matter if you're a manager or if you're a labor worker, you will always see, this is very common practice here, you will always see someone smoke all the time. This is a problem. Addiction. In America, you have an alcohol problem. Here, you have a cigarette problem. It's a drug. It's a drug. So you can relieve the stress. When it calms you down. Right? This is what people think. Okay? So what do? They look at some illegal stuff to make sure that they calm down. Understand? Alright. Now, as a construction professional, you need to be aware of these issues. You also need to know what to do if someone is behaving inappropriately. Well, if you know somebody, you're on a project and you have part A, you have part B, you have part C, and you have part D. Now, person who has the D part is not behaving the right way, even when he's off of work and you meet with him all the time. And because he's doing all these things, alcohol, drugs, smoking, party, whatever. That means when he will come to work, what will happen? Can he work?
No.
No, because his head is not in place. You understand? So, you need to also advise that person appropriately with the right advice. Make sense to you? Okay? That's what it's saying here. You encounter the following issues in the workplace. Sometimes you encounter harassment. Harassment, they're talking about sexual harassment, age harassment, height, weight, religious, cultural, disability, like this. Harassment is, say, you are 10 people working here, guys, and you have one woman working here. And this one person will say something not nice to this one woman. Huh? This is sexual harassment. You cannot say something not nice. This is called harassment. Now, it doesn't have to be sexual. It can also be religious. This happens many a times. Okay? Say for example, this is predominantly a Muslim country. Yes? And there is a person who is a Hindu. You make fun of his religion. Right? This is called religious harassment. When you put somebody down at workplace. Assam, you paying attention? When you put somebody down at a workplace, you call that harassment. Not necessarily at workplace, anywhere. Okay? But if you harass them for this height, maybe he's short, maybe he's fat, maybe he is bald. Everything is a harassment. Make sure you understand? When you put someone down for something they are not good at. Abdul Aziz, when you put somebody down for something they are not good at. Huh? For example, if you work for an American company and you have a beard, they will say, you look like a terrorist. You understand what I'm saying? This is not nice. You can actually go and tell your boss that this person said this to me, and then the supervisor or the manager will correct the other person. But they harassed you. You understand? So harassment can be anything. Anything that the other person does not like, which everybody else also thinks is not right. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So they talk about sexual, age, height, weight, religious, cultural, and disability. Disability meaning somebody who doesn't have a hand or an arm or something like this. And you go ahead and make fun of that person. This is also a harassment. Okay? Alright, next one. Stress. What is stress? What is stress? What is stress?
Like anxious.
Huh?
Like feel anxious.
Anxious, when you're like this, when you have a problem and you cannot solve it. Nervous. You're like, what do I do? Oh my God, I don't know. What do I do? Sometimes you feel like this when you have a problem. Say for example, you're driving your dad's car. You're driving your dad's Mercedes. And you got into an accident. Brand new 2010 Mercedes S500. What happened? You got into an accident. Now, when you tell him, you know he will be angry with you.
Like nervous?
Nervous but stressed. But you're thinking. You're thinking, oh my God, what do I do? What is this? I don't know how to do. Do I tell him the truth? Do I lie to him? What do I do? Confusing. Your heart going fast. All of this. This is called stress. Yes. So this is called stress. All this feeling is called worried. Okay, like this. All this is meaning to stress. This will also be at work sometimes. You understand? For example, your project is due in 2 days. And you did not do anything. And if you do not give your project in 2 days, your job is in loss. This is, the feeling that you go through.
Sometimes teacher, the player when they have fans, you have when the player, you have stress when you play.
Yes. When you're playing basketball sometimes and you need to make this 1 point for the team to win, and you miss it. Stressful. Because he was stressed, he did not do the job right. Okay?
I have a question. Harassment. What is the common harassment?
Common harassment, usually there are many types of harassments.
Drugs.
Yes, drugs is a big harassment. Alcohol. No. That's drugs is like abuse. Drugs is abuse. I'm sorry. Harassment, what you're talking about, is different. When you say something, it's like, oh, look, I don't like your haircut. It looks funny. Huh?
It's between
Yes. When you have, say, when you have couple of Bedouins working at the bank, right? And now you go up to the guy and said, you are a Bedouin and you are this and you are this and you ride camels and you don't know how to drive a car. This is harassment. That's harassment. You understand? Abuse is different. Drug abuse. Okay? Everybody understand so far?
Yeah.
Okay? Any questions?
Thank you.
All right. So now we move on to. So we covered harassment already. We covered harassment. We covered stress. And finally, drug and alcohol abuse. Okay? I mean, I don't know how big of a drug is a problem here. I know alcohol is not that big of a problem here. Not big? Huh? Here, weed. So it's a drug. So drug is a big problem, right? So, guys, pay attention. Okay, so let's go to 6.3, drugs and alcohol abuse. Drinking is a common way to avoid or forget about stress. Okay, when you drink or when you take drugs, usually whatever your problem is, you forget. Okay, now moderate use of alcohol, or moderate meaning not too much, but in the middle. If you use it sometimes, for alcohol or drugs, they say it's okay, but no. We know it is not allowed. In our society, in our culture, it's not allowed. Okay? So, here's talking about generally believed to cause little or no harm to most people. Alcohol abuse, which means habitually drinking to excess. Meaning if you drink too much, then now you have a problem of drinking. Okay, is not acceptable. Because if you drink too much, what will happen? Now you cannot do your job at work. No, if you have too many drugs, you're still, on the drug overdose, and you cannot do your job at work. Eventually, when you cannot do all these tasks, what will happen? You will get fired. Your manager will kick you out because you did not do your job that was required of you to do. Okay? So, they're talking about, okay. So they talk about many different drugs in this area, which I'm assuming you guys will read and understand. They talk about different types of drugs that can give you problems and that can give you issues. Okay, that will eventually work in which will affect your working life, which is your professional life. Okay? And a lot of times what happens, when you are stressed, when you have a problem at work, a lot of times people want to run away. People want to run away from that problem. Then what do? You start drinking and you start using drugs. And you don't want to fall into that situation. Okay? Alright? Any questions so far what we have been through? Any questions?
Thank you.
Everybody understands how all the things we have talked about. We have talked about from conflict resolution to lateness, absentees, resolving conflicts, to giving and receiving criticism, constructive criticism. We have talked about leadership skills, and we have talked about workplace issues. What is workplace issue? Harassment, stress, and drugs. Okay? We have to know all these things, right? So we are okay with this, right? Okay, great. Thank you.